Welcome to Bill's Bridge class. Class 58. Declare play in a suit contract. Sunday, June 2nd, 2013. Playing in a suit contract is in some ways easier than playing in no trump. The trump suit provides you some level of protection, but the issues are more complex as well. When do you pull trump is one of the first questions you need to ask, and the answer is when you need to. We'll cover that today. What steps do you take when you're analyzing the hand as declared in a suit contract? For a suit contract, you start by counting losers. In some hands, you need to count losers and winners, particularly where you need to trump a lot of tricks. You need to have enough winners as well. But count losers. You have two kinds of losers. Fast losers, which means ones that you can't avoid. If the opponents lead it, they cash them, that's it. They're slow losers. You don't lose them on the first round or maybe even the second round. It might be as late as the third round. For example, ace third opposite king third. You have a third round slow loser. Ace doubleton offers too small is a slow loser. You only have one protection and then you're going to lose it. Analyze the opening lead. That includes using the rule of 11, but in particular, pay attention to what their lead represents. Are they presenting you with a trick? Are they being passive or are they being active? Or they have the right defense or the wrong defense? You hope your opponents make mistakes, but you got to pay attention to what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to get a ruff. Are the opponents threatening a ruff? That should be apparent from the lead and the bidding. And the question we ask in a suit contract is, when should I pull trump? What is the function of trump? Trump is used to maintain control. Once you run out of a suit, you can trump in. Whereas in a no trump contract, if you're out, they're going to cash until they're done. The opponents can't do that when you have a trump suit as long as you have trump. Of course, if you're out of trump, they can still cash their long tricks. Unless there is some overriding issue, the first thing you should do is establish your trump suit. However, the opponents can take your winning tricks with trump. Don't let them. But that's just the start of the story. When should you pull trump? Always. That is, unless you have a reason not to do so, and there are a long list. We're going to spend some time covering them. First of all, you might need to eliminate a loser before leading trump. If you lead trump, they get in and they cash some quick losers. There's nothing you can do about it. Maybe you need to lead trump from the other hand. You got to get over to the other side and lead trump toward the strength. Maybe you have losers to trump. One of the purposes of trump is to win tricks. If you have losers in one hand and you're short in the hand in the other hand, you can trump those losers, and that gets additional tricks provided the hand you're trumping in is shorter in trump than the other hand. Sometimes you need to use the trump suit itself to gain entry to the hand to make a finesse or to cash out on a suit. So you may need to hold off on pulling trump. Don't pull trump if in doing so you lose control of the hand. If the opponents have more trump than you, they have control of the hand. And lastly, if there's one outstanding high trump, but you can still maintain control of the hand, you don't lose control of the hand, you may want to leave that outstanding and let them cash it. We're going to cover two hands today rather quickly. Your dealer is the south hand. That's your hand. You open one heart. Partner raises to two hearts. And you bid 4. That's the end of the auction. So, the opening lead is the ace of clubs. Dummy comes down with this hand. You see your hand. Plan your play. First step, count your losers. you have two club losers. They're going to be the first two tricks. You have a slow loser possible in both hearts and in diamonds. The opening lead found your club loser, so you're going to lose two quick tricks in clubs. The opponents do not appear to be threatening a ruff, so the question is, East encourages, West continues with the king, and the third club is to East, queen, and you ruff. Here's the hand after three tricks. You trump the third round and you're on lead. What's the situation? You can lose one trick. Should you pull trump? The answer in this case is yes. There's no reason not to. You play the ace of hearts, the king of hearts. The opponents follow both times. There's no more trump outstanding. Now you have time to take the diamond finesse and it wins. An important thing on this hand is that you need to take two diamond finesses to make it worthwhile, so you need entry to the south hand. A spade comes back to your hand and you lead another finesse. Finesse holds and you end up making 5. Let's analyze this hand in a little more. Here's the hand. And the key points to learn from this hand is to pull trump. If the trump happened to split 3-1 and the queen doesn't fall, yeah, you're going to lose a trump loser, but you still have a chance to make your game if the diamond finesse is on. You will go down if trump are 3-1 with the queen of hearts in that long suit and the diamond finesse is off, but you'd be down in any event. If you fail to pull trump, sooner or later the opponents are going to ruff your winner, such as a third round of diamonds or maybe one of your spades. And lastly, the important thing of this hand is you use the spade entries as honors as entries in order to take the diamond finesse. In planning the play of the hand, you need to visualize where the entries are in the hand and have the appropriate entries to get you to the right hand for leading as you go through the hand. Hand 2 shows a case where you need to eliminate losers before you pull trump. This is your hand as south. You open one heart. Partner raises to 2-no trump. That's Jacoby 2-no if you remember. He has an opening hand with a 4-card heart support. You bid 4 hearts. Your hand was barely strong enough to open. And you tell partner. But partner still wants to go on. He bids for no trump, asking for controls. And although we haven't covered it, he's asking for your aces and kings and the like. You respond 5 spades. You show 2 key cards, the ace of spades, the king of hearts, and the queen of hearts. Based on that response, partner bids 6 hearts, ending the auction. The opening lead is the king of clubs, and dummy comes down. Plan your play. As in any suit contract, first step is to count your losers. You cannot avoid losing the ace of trump. The problem is that the opponents have led the clubs, and that's your weakest point. As a matter of fact, you've got to get rid of that club loser quickly. It's unfortunate they led clubs. If they led any other suit, this would be a breeze. But reviewing the hand again, you have won the first trick in your hand, and now you've got to avoid losing a club loser. You're going to lose a heart loser, whatever you do. Should you pull trump? I hope you see the answer is obviously no. The opponents will win the ace of hearts and cash a club, and you're down at trick 3. You must avoid a club loser. But you have a way to do that. You cash the ace of diamonds, the king of diamonds, then you lead a spade to the ace, your hand, and let's look at the key point in this particular hand. There's the hand. If you pull trump, you go down at trick 3. It is possible that 3 rounds of diamonds could get an opponent to ruff, but you must risk it because if you don't, they're going to get a club trick in any event. There's only one way to play this hand. And you must use the king of spades to get over to declare to your hand to cash the queen of diamonds. So please don't cash any spades. You've got to pay attention to the order in which you play. And in the unlikely event that the opponents lead a fourth diamond when they win the ace of hearts, rough high. You have enough high hearts that they can't over rough you. Don't rough with a 2 and get over roughed. That's another way to go. Now you have a couple of hands under your belt where you're playing in a trump contract. Tomorrow we're going to cover some more cases where you need to handle your trump expeditiously. See you Monday.